Welcome back, everyone. Today we have with us Greg Latza from Olmeck. Um, Greg is the CEO and president of Olmeck, that is a roofing contractor and distributor of a very unique roofing compound. It's a very exciting development, I think, in the world of roofing. And I will hand it off to Greg. Greg, give us a little bit of your background, how you got here, and tell us a little bit about Olmec.
Sure. Thanks, Rick. So just to touch a little bit further on Olmec and who we are, Olmec is really you could say we're the master sales agent for a premium product manufactured over in the UK called Lava20. We have our hand in other coatings and solutions that revolve around commercial grade waterproofing, primarily for roofs, commercial industrial flat roofs and low sloped roofs. So Olmec is not a contractor. We don't do the installation, but we cater to the contracting community or the contractor community, architects, building owners, property managers, and the like. We're on a grassroots campaign here to win over one specifier, one contractor, one building owner at a time with, to your point, very unique product, high grade, professional grade product that will protect buildings out there for decades to come, nearly a lifetime if it's done properly and all the stars align as far as acceptable substrates are there, and the best practices are followed with an install. We will truly have the capability to make a building owner very happy with his choice and going with us.
Very exciting. So, Greg, what was the biggest hurdle bringing Lava 20 to North America, and how did you tackle it?
Well, prior to my arrival here at Olmec as the executive leader, that was presented to us, and it brought great excitement at that moment because we had and still have other solutions, but this was extremely unique and proven. So Owl Manufacturing has been manufacturing the Lava 20 systems, right? The product itself since 1978. And their very first install is still not leaking today. Pretty impressive that we're going on 50 years. So, based on that, we really gained quick excitement around the opportunity to be the exclusive master reseller, sales agent, sales and marketing arm, whatever you want to pin us, right? Olmec is Lava 20. And in the States and in Canada, Owl Waterproofing is Olmec. Okay. So
Hmm.
we're again, you might hear me use this a lot, but we are on this grassroots campaign to win over one contractor at a time, one building owner, one architect, one specifier, anyone influential in making a decision on how to protect that property, that building from water is who we target.
Yep. So you mentioned entrenched incumbents. How has Olmec strategically gained market share against them?
So that's a challenge, continues to be, right? Because Olmec is, let's say, the exclusive arm for Lava 20 here in North America. And they've been around since 1978, but Olmec was born at the end of 2023. Virtually a startup company in many ways. So here we are waving the Olmec flag and the Lava 20 flag and promoting our own brand and an established brand in an unrecognized, or I should say, uncharted waters. Maybe a lot of contractors know of Lava 20 just by social media presence, right? But they've never seen it, they've never touched it, they've never installed it. So we're up against incumbents that have been doing this for 100 years, 90 years, 65 years, right? We're up against some companies that have been acquired by the large monsters out there that have the marketing dollars, that have light years on us, right? With just technology and talent and people. So we stay focused, we stay we keep our eyes on the prize, and we just get out there and put everything behind what we do every day to make sure that we are connecting with who we need to connect with. And what's really helping us gain market share away from some of our competitors is we have a great story to tell. We have a wonderful product that we all believe in and can easily stand behind. And we have the support from the manufacturer himself, right? So we've partnered with the manufacturer. You could think about that. We're an extension of that manufacturer in North America. So you better believe they want us to succeed. So we are going to have their full support. So that's how we've been able to compete against long time established key players in our vertical is we have the product, we have the people who believe in it. We have the manufacturers supporting us. And here we go. One job at a time and repeat customers come out of that.
Stated before that education is, in other words, sort of your main competitor and your main
Yeah, yeah.
challenge.
When we when we spoke last, I had thrown that out there as education really being my number one competitor. And remember you paused for a minute, said, explain that to me. So happy to do so. Without the opportunity to provide an educated or an education to a prospect, right? We run a great risk of losing the opportunity. If we do have the opportunity to present a full education on our solutions, on our systems, on our product, all the features and benefits, right? All the strengths that we may have over others' weaknesses, right? We don't ever bash the competition. We don't want to have that type of reputation out there. We don't need to. We're confident in our product and in our abilities to earn our market share. So I feel like if we're not afforded that opportunity to educate a prospect, we may run the risk of losing a sale. That's specifically why I say education is a competitor.
Yep. Yep. So moving to bidding, you believe an estimate is irrelevant unless you educate the prospect, which is kind of along the lines of what we're talking about here. How do you earn
Yeah.
that opportunity to educate, avoiding being just another number?
Right. So nothing's worse when you're in a position like us where you're furnishing supplies and you're and solutions out there to contractors and you're viewed as man, I might just be that third bid here, right? That's and you just feel like you're spinning your wheels and you just know or feel that that contractor, that building owner is just going to focus on the bottom number at the bottom of the estimate, right? That total number at the bottom of the estimate. And just to compare against the quotes that they have from people that they already do business with. So I think it's real key that everyone at Olmec understands that that's a realistic likelihood and it's okay. However, we always have to make sure we're doing asking the right upfront questions, right? Mr. Contractor, are you awarded this job or are you just bidding against seven, eight, nine other waterproofers or roofing contractors? How did you hear of us? What makes you come to us? You know, if we don't ask these important questions up front, I think we're doing ourselves a disservice because they just might not elect to tell you anything, but if you ask the questions, all of a sudden you're going to get more information than you bargained for. Meaning, hey, well, I know a roofer who just used your product on a small job in Brooklyn, New York, and he said good things about it. So I figured I'd come to you guys. Terrific. Now you feel like you have a chance, right?
Mm,
Because
mhm.
you just have to take those next steps and so he can understand the value add, right? That value proposition by doing business with Olmec. That kind of thing. Just keeping it real and asking questions. The importance of asking questions is so critical when you're dealing with a prospect, um, or a contractor you don't know, you've never sold
Mhm.
to. You just wanna make sure you're doing everything to not just be that third quote that they need.
And it saves time for everybody, right? I mean,
Correct.
you're all busy people. You want to spend your time working on things that are going to move the needle forward, and spinning your wheels in areas that aren't going to go anywhere is not the best use of your time and resources.
Right.
Yes. So you emphasize value add beyond product. Can you share a specific example where Olmec service and support justified a premium price and won a project?
Sure. I'd like to consider Olmec a full service, solutions based provider or a solutions based outfit or agency. What I mean by that is we're just not an order taker. We're just not going to process a PO, send it out to the warehouse so they could pull it. And then the common carrier comes in and gets it, or contractor comes, picks it up. We're not transactional in that way. It's not the
Mhm,
business we're in. So we want to white glove the service, and we want to make sure that we are doing everything ahead of the sale, or better yet, ahead of the installation, to make sure that the contractor is certified, capable, and knows how to apply to get the best warranty. And we take it, and we've hopped on planes. We've taken plane rides to go places. We will ship ahead a small pallet of sample material, and we will go do a mock-up on a corner of a roof or on the floor of someone's shop. We've shipped pieces of plywood, or I should say, we've sourced pieces of plywood from local lumber yards or big box stores to be delivered to a customer's shop. So we could go and make up mock up stations so we could demonstrate the product. We want to make
mhm,
sure that at the end of the day, the experience, the customer has a pleasant experience, right? That's
mhm,
our whole motto, is making sure the
mhm.
customer has a pleasant experience. So the true value is in person, face to face, full support from the infancy, right? Or the early stages through the post installation stages. We will help the contractor identify what a nice maintenance plan might be after the install. We're not going anywhere. So the sale after the sale is a very strong component, we feel, and a very one of our value add services. Again, because at the start of my answer, I had said we're not very transactional, right?
Mhm.
We sell a job, which I look at as a project or a system or a solution, and we see it through the whole.
So as far as growth and technology and the outlook for the future, so Olmec going, even landing meetings with giants. I was going to ask you how that meeting went. That contact that you made the last time we chatted with could be very good for Olmec. How do you plan to scale your sales efforts and talent pool without losing your personalized service?
It's important that as we grow, right, and we're in growth mode, Rick, that we're bringing on the right people, right? That
Mhm.
we have the right people in place, but that we're bringing on the right people as as we scale the company. Things and attributes we look for in our people are the ability to analyze their market, right? Develop strategies specific to, let's say, their marketplace. And remember, we're in North America, so that includes all of US and Canada. So you could, down in South Florida, it could be a very different market than Kentucky, right? And as we bring on regional consultants and technical consultants, we want to make sure they have all these attributes that are going to um, enhance efficiency and productivity, because they know their market, and they know the competitive landscape of the market, and they know exactly what they need to be doing on a daily basis to promote the Lava 20 brand and Olmec and the Olmec brand.
So, when it comes to the use of AI, which you can't read any newsletter or industry pub without them talking about how AI is going to shape the future of the construction industry, among other things. Where do you see this technology making the biggest impact on your growth?
For us, where I see it right now as we start to get into it more and more, right? We have to. It's
Mm.
2026. There's no way around it. And we have a bright, capable young man running the marketing team who really has a good handle on this. And again, that goes back to me saying we have to make sure we have the right people in the seats, right? So I feel, and what I've recognized already is, and I'll use this. I just used it a moment ago, but enhanced efficiency and productivity as a result of using AI tools. So an example, the way I see one example can be with marketing scripts, right? Automating tasks, increase content production speed, even help out with our marketing campaigns like our email blasts, right? And most importantly, the customer engagement. If we could enhance or advance our customer engagement, for example, having an ability to respond and appear that we're open and here for you after or outside business hours, that can't be done without some sort of AI tool. That's the way I recognize it. So we're
Mhm.
continuing to educate ourselves on what's available, what makes sense at this point in time, right? Um, get involved with and use and utilize in the world of AI.
So one of the issues we touched on the last time we chatted was the hidden cost of waste in construction. And one of the points you made was that your product, this Lava 20, can be placed over so many different existing materials that that is one way to eliminate the waste in in peeling off other products or prep
Yeah,
work that has to be done.
yeah. So I'm in personally I'm big into promoting anything that offers sustainability, right?
Mhm.
So when I joined Olmec and I learned how, our Lava 20 system can be contribute towards sustainability. And I said, well, how is that? Okay, we have a white top coat. So okay, it could contribute towards keeping the roof cool and okay, so I get it. But this is a seamless liquid applied roofing membrane, right? High grade polyurethane, liquid applied, also known as fluid applied roofing system. So, what that and to your point, the wide range of acceptable substrates that our product can go over with unbelievable adhesion really makes this just a no brainer. And will save the end user, right? The building owner, it's going to save the contractor labor. It's going to save the building owner a big cost without having to rip up an old roof, right? And apply a new one from scratch. So what's happening now, if you're ripping up a roof, here we go back to sustainability. You have to fill a dumpster. That dumpster ends up in a landfill, right? If we can avoid that by having a product that we can apply directly over an existing substrate, it's a win-win.
Yep, absolutely. So now switching and putting on your advisor cap, what's one piece of advice that you would give other leaders introducing a new differentiated product into a traditional construction market?
You have to believe in the product. If you don't, you're wasting your time.
Mm.
So identify that this is the right product, identify your target audience, know the successes, bring it to the marketplace with confidence and conviction, and have your people do the same thing, right? Enthusiasm's contagious. I get really jazzed up about this product sometimes during sales team meetings. And I just want to cover every darn roof throughout North America with this if it where it makes sense, right? We're never going to jeopardize our reputation by suggesting our system when it might not be the ideal system for that job. But it goes back to what I said at the very start of my answer. Believe in your product, recognize its worth to the marketplace. Again, without that, you're going to find yourself stuck in the mud. So, beyond that, beyond believing in the product, have faith in your abilities to promote yourself, your brand, your products, and make that prospect feel that contagious enthusiasm. I would say, Rick, just never mind the naysayers, never mind the competitors. Just keep your eyes on the prize. And you know what? It's think big and big things are gonna happen.
It's very clear that you have a real passion for this, and I think that is one of your competitive advantages going forward, like you say, is the strong belief in what you're doing and what you're bringing to the market, and hopefully make a little money at the same time.
That's right. You know, the money's going to just it's just gonna follow, right? It's gonna come,
Right,
right? But let's
right.
let's 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 make sure that that prospect turns into a customer, and let's make sure that customer has a pleasant experience so he or she comes back again. Then the money's gonna start coming in, right? Our
Yeah.
focus in is on the customer, the experience, and making sure that we are educating and not doing anyone a disservice by not educating, right? So, we're having fun, we're taking market share, and again, it's being done one contractor at a time, one architect, one engineer, one building owner, right? Um, so it's fun, challenging, and rewarding all at once.
Well, Greg, thank you for joining us here today and taking us on this journey through Olmec, and we look forward to the future and keeping track of your progress and as you spread across North America.
That's right. Well, thank you, Rick. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about who Olmec is, what we do. You know, we're happy to just make an impact out there. And like I said, one contractor, one job at a time. We're there. We're here.
Excellent. Thanks again, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you, listeners, and we will see you again on our next episode. Goodbye for now.